Hey, this is Alex. Welcome back to the Alexandrian Codex. Today, weirdly, we are playing March of the Eagles. If you have not heard of March of the Eagles, it's another game by Paradox Studios. It is set from 1805 to 1820, I think. It's set in the Napoleonic era. This is not one of their most popular titles. It's set in the same engine as the rest of their titles. But yeah, I've never played it. I remember seeing it come out, but that's it. So let's do some thinking about who we want to play. I was thinking on my own that I might want to play Prussia, just because they tend to be very good in just about every game that they're in. France seems like the easiest possibility, and I know the audio just cut out there because I'm dicking around, letting people know that I'm live. Live now. Austria-Hungary's a interesting possibility. Unlike in World War I, at this time Austria-Hungary was still doing pretty good. Or just Austria, they weren't Austria-Hungary yet. They were doing pretty well. They're still considered Emperor of the Holy Roman Empire for whatever that's worth at this time. Not much. Great Britain has their fleet that keeps them pretty safe, but playing on an island sounds boring. We have Denmark, we have Sweden. Russia is, the ones that finally put a stop to the French advance just by the merit of winter. And we have the Ottomans down here, who are, I don't know what role they played in the Napoleonic Wars, honestly. I know that they did, but I don't know much. So, Prussia is in a curious position. The status quo does not suit Prussia. For too long, we have played second fiddle to Austria in German affairs, and even our gain of Silesia has not tempered Austria's arrogance. We must be free of Austria, but to merely replace her dominance with that of France is no better outcome. This is going to take cunning, diplomacy, and a masterful military timing to prosper, but prosper Prussia shall. Austria. The position Austria is in is untenable. On all fronts, Austria is under pressure. In the west, we have lost control and influence in the Low Countries and Italy to France. In the north, Prussia is putting pressure on our preeminent position in Germany. And to the east, we have an advancing Russia and the loss of the Polish buffer state. Only the south is quiet, but there's no guarantee it will remain so. Britain is once more at war with France. This is an opportunity to regain our position in the west and improve our strategic position. There's a danger. We have done this twice before, and both times we paid the price in land for defeats. Do we risk it? Do we risk it, but can we dare not? Classic Paradox localization. In revenge for her losses in the 7 Years' War, France was one of the first countries to support the American colonists in their war against the British Crown. Their effort was successful, but the financial cost stretched an already fragile state, and the result was the French Revolution of 1798. The revolution's ability to mobilize manpower in a way that traditional states could not, coupled with Europe's largest population, turned an already formidable France into an unstoppable power. The resulting wars gave France control over the Low Countries, meaning this, and Italy. The Treaty of Amiens gave us a year's rest, but the new emperor remains discontent and seeks new conquests. As the eagle prepares to soar, upon what unsuspecting prey will it swoop? Great Britain victory in the 7 Years' War turned Britain into the preeminent naval power. Not even the loss of the 13 colonies changed that. To remain in this position required just one thing: that the balance of power be maintained on the continent. The forces unleashed by the French Revolution threatened to upset this balance, and so it would be Britain who would become France's principal foe. The Treaty of Amiens is now a dead letter, and Britain is forced to declare war on France on the 18th of May, 1803. This is a fight to the finish, and Britain expects that every man will do his duty. Check out the Ottomans. Since the reign of Mehmed IV, the story of the Ottoman Turks has been one of decline. Our enemies to the north are too powerful. We have not been given enough breathing space to rebuild. Now the turmoil unleashed by the French Revolution has our traditional enemies' eyes fixed firmly elsewhere. How will the Empire profit from this? And where should we strike first? And good old Russia. Since the reign of Peter the Great, Russia has been transformed from minor backward state on the fringes of Europe to a great power, ruling vast expanses of territory. The strategic position Russia has is unenviable. But with... Unenviable? Unenviable? It's a good strategic... Okay, whatever. But with large amounts of land to trade for time, Russia is virtually unconquerable. This position has seen over a century of steady expansion in all directions. The French Revolution has changed that. There's a new expansionist power on the block that is hungry as we are. Sorry, that was a sneeze. Oh, I hope I muted that in time. But as hungry as we are, and with a vast army at its disposal, do we dare oppose or take advantage of the upsetting of the traditional balance of power to achieve our goals? There are some weird Englishes in here, some weird grammars. I'm not going to go through and read for the papacy, Sicily, Piedmont, Sardinia, etc., etc., etc. I'm not going to do that. I think I'm just going to jump in as Prussia. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, normal, sure. I've played a Paradox game or two in my time. I figure I can figure this out. Welcome to March of the Eagles. In March of the Eagles, you assume command of a country during the Napoleonic Wars. Your goal is to gain land and naval dominance and defeat other countries through war or diplomacy. Unless you lose all your provinces or someone conquers the world, the game will end in 1820. This game is a sandbox experience, and history may not play out in the same way as it did in our history. Events may not play out. Whatever. This is an older title by Paradox. It's not quite up to current quality standards. March of the Eagles is a possible real-time game. This means that you can issue commands, yada 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 yada, fully yada yada yada. Reset the map by pressing home key, see more hints, you'll turn on advanced hints. Okay. So let's turn on political map mode because I hate how that looked. These are our armies. Go into military. What can I learn about our military? Unlike in U4, I'm not immediately seeing anything indicating how big or how small armies can be, or should be. Now let's check out this. Brigades and ships. Yeah, that doesn't really tell me what I want. Military view. Each brigade is unique. If you hover over a mouse pointer, different brigades are good at different things. Some are best used in 3 primary flanks and some... Oh boy. So let's click on ideas. I know how ideas work, so let's check this out. Now we are Prussian. So we have Prussian ideas that make... This looks very much like U4 because the system hasn't changed in a while. Diplomatic Corps, no. Shock ideas, maybe? So I think Prussian ideas, guard defense sounds nice. That sounds okay. That sounds good. That's good. Oh, you get monthly idea points. How do I track my growth of idea points? It is not up here. You gain 15 idea points per month. Interesting. So do any of these help me gain idea points faster? If not, then the obvious first choice would be to go for Prussian ideas, right? Because Prussian ideas would give us idea points, which would make it so that we can take more ideas faster. Unlike in U4, I don't have the best idea of what I'm doing. Which is interesting. It probably means I'll do okay or poorly. Force march, force fast move. Huh. So yeah, Prussian ideas it is. Because monthly idea point gain almost doubles what we have. Need to have the Prussian Military Academy. Oh yeah, so Prussian discipline. Our guard defense is better. Now, guard infantry, line infantry, guard infantry. Guards are very strong, have very strong morale, but can only be committed if there's a leader with a proper trait. This group is only made up of one type, heavy infantry. Interesting. So left flank, right flank, reserves. How can I tell what? It says if there is a leader with the proper trait. The proper trait. Pray tell, Paradox, what is the proper trait? And this army starts out with guards. So let's look at what we have. Hans von Zithen, General Gebhard Lebrecht von Blücher, and Friedrich von Kleist. Now von Kleist. Now Wilhelm III. I'm not seeing any of these having traits. Traits give various modifiers in movement and combat. Most of them are positive, but some can give penalties. Okay, yes. Number of brigades, number of brigades. The numbers here tell you how many men are total in the brigades and how many brigades there are. Right, well, this is probably a terrible idea. I'm selecting everything and trying to find a province that I can just throw them all onto. I don't think I can throw all of them onto one province, unfortunately. Where's Brandenburg? Berlin is right here. Okay, what? 1, 2. Oh. Okay, so let's say 20,000 in Berlin, 20,000 in Nürnberg, 26,000 in Wittenberg, 20,000-ish in Berg, Luckenwald, 20,000, then we'll have 10,000 Episwald. I'm doing that just so I can reorganize these troops more easily. Let's look at our fleet. It looks like we only have one ship. And that should be selecting all our ships, so it looks like we have a transport. A single transport. Cool. We're not going to be doing much with our navy. Historically, Prussia did not do much with its navy. Now, let's check out diplomacy. We have prestige. Prestige is gain by winning battles, you lose by losing battles. The most prestigious country will win unless somebody has a world victory. I'm assuming nobody's gonna have a global victory, so cool. Oh, okay. That is very tasty. What is this? Irish cider. Magnus Irish cider. Tasty. Okay, so prestige is how you win, just like in Victoria 2, or Classic Victoria. Enemies. I have no enemies. I have no coalition members. I have 28% land dominance, holding several important strategic cities, no naval dominance, Prussian ideas, Boeing satellites, Saxony. So Saxony is a satellite. What does that mean? Through HRE. I like how HRE is just... Oh! HRE is the name of a country. Really? I kind of want to play a game as HRE. HRE stands for Holy Roman Empire. Yeah. This is... as somebody who's played EU4, I know what this is supposed to be, but HRE, just calling it HRE, this definitely seems like a half-ass project. Just... to somebody who hadn't played the other games, you would see HRE, have no way to go, wait, who the hell are the HRE? Or what is HRA? Because this would read as HRA. Whatever, that's fine. So, military access through the HRE, through Brunswick, through Hesse, Mecklenburg, and Oldenburg. Cool. I view Sweden as a natural rival because they hold Stralsund here. The Stralsund here. It's probably just Stralsund. View Austria as a rival again because of the whole German supremacy thing and border conflict around here. France because of this. And Denmark is a natural rival. Denmark, presumably because they have this. In this time period, Prussia expanded holdings in here, but never actually attacked Denmark. That would be past 1830. So, while that would be interesting, we would first need to get a border with them. For my sake, anyway. Feels threatened by France, Russia, Austria, and Sweden. So, we need allies against France, possibly Austria, Russia, maybe, Sweden, maybe. Interesting. I don't have... Tell me about the Netherlands. You independent? You're at war with Great Britain, you're a satellite of France. Why don't we go into... there's no, like... coalition map mode. That's unfortunate. Let's look at diplomatic. So Great Britain. You're at war with France. France is at war with you. That sucks. Portugal hasn't been pulled into this. Austria has not. I have not. Why is this showing up as crossed? This is not core territory. This is core territory. Okay, cool. So what do I want to start out doing? I keep right-clicking on countries hoping to bring up the diplomatic menu. So I could just start declaring wars against smaller states. I feel like that's a good idea, so long as they aren't guaranteed by anyone. I'd like to do that. If we're going to war with Austria at some point, I think I'd like to... Let's increase it cost prestige to increase relations. No, I will not be doing that then. So overview, we have Frederick Wilhelm III von Hohenzollern, terrible administrator, excellent diplomat, meh military skills. Administration gives bonus to your taxes, manpower, and supply production. Low administration will give you a nice bonus, not as much as a high skill would. So better military would be really nice. I'm assuming that I can't replace Frederick. I cannot take any decisions right now. There are a bunch of land provinces that would be nice to own to win the game. I'm more interested in figuring out how to play this rather than taking over. Standard victory conditions, we're at 4.2, France is at 50%. Cool. Budget. Okay, income, we have a lot of money. What's a penalty for taking a loan? Prestige. Okay. Military. I think it depends on cost, right? I have no desire at all to build a fleet. None at all. I might build up more troops to fill up our armies once we sort through that. Ideas, diplomacy. Okay, let's unpause. And what is with this speedometer? So, day, night. Okay, so it ticks through like hours of the day. This is very slow speed. Let's get the log down here. And let this tick by until our armies get to where we want them to go. Great Britain has formed a coalition. Yeah, but is anybody even in that coalition? Russia. Okay, interesting. Now, with Russia in that coalition, that would make Russia a very powerful ally. Now, why the hell are you in a coalition against France? You don't share any borders. You are at war with Persia. Makes sense. They're small. Why not? Same reason I plan to go to war against the German miners. Now, in our timeline, Prussia did not unify Germany through brute force. That is not how I would characterize it anyway. So let's group these together. Can I merge these together? Sweet, yeah. Merge these together. No, I have no idea what unit composition should look like. Things are pretty complicated. You have guard infantry, you have line infantry, you have cavalry, you have artillery, light infantry, militia, service group. Go to detail view. Oh god, it's Crusader Kings. Oh, okay, so this is the Crusader Kings style of armies. Oh, I hate this. So what? These are supply brigades. Supply brigades should always be in the reserve. Makes sense. Supply brigades do what? Military supply brigade. Service. Yes. Type. Service. What is service? Tell me of these things. Okay, nope, not what I wanted. Some are best used in 3 primary flanks. See, it's saying some are best used in the 3 primary flanks. Which ones? And some should always be placed in the reserves. Well, this at least tells me supply brigade should always be in the reserves. That's helpful, but hovering over these doesn't tell me where they should be. Quite weird. Quite weird. Huh. This is totally unintuitive. Is this... no. Man, Paradox games have a reputation for being, pretty opaque, but this is really taking the cake right now. Merge these, merge these. Let's have you go here, actually. Pause, merge these up, wait for this. Now, my idea here is to merge everything together so I can actually tear apart the armies and make them how I want them to be. But I actually have no idea how to do it, and I was looking, before I hopped on here, for a wiki page for this. Most of Paradox's games. Paradox Wiki. Paradox Plaza Wiki does not have a March of the Eagles. EU2, EU3, EU4, CK2, Stellaris, Hoi 4, but no March of the Eagles. This does seem, in a lot of respect, like the black sheep of the family. Now you can't move there. Both of you move there? Yeah. And now you can't all group up. We can all group up. Why was it telling me before that that would not be an option? Oh, whatever. Okay. This is the Prussian army. Yeah, good naming. What do we got? Attach the slowest brigades. Go into detail view. Center. There are 3 flanks that can be used in combat. Left, right, and center. And a 4th called the reserves. When an army is selected, you see only a small part of this part with the summary, yada yada. Okay. Regular strategy, delay, counterpunch, refuse, up the guard. Up the guard. Guard troops from the away of the army and use them at devastating set piece and attack. Okay. Okay. Now let's take a look at how big our army should be. So 40, 50, 50, 40. God, 10k? Jesus Christ. Okay, well, within our own territories, a stack of 40,000 should work. So I'm wanting... Let's split our army into forts. I don't even know if this is a good idea, but North, Schlesien, Elba, and Prussian armies. Okay, Prussian armies. I don't know if this is a good composition or not. I don't know what the combat width is. I don't know if combat width is a thing in this game. Manpower. Okay, manpower is same thing, right? We gain 3,000 manpower a month. Max out in 10 years. Yeah, God, manpower is going to be a lot tighter in this game. Anyhow, listen, these may be terrible ways to set up our troops, but I'm gonna position them along this border, declare war, and hope that I can just fight this war as a way to test out how this works. Gerhard von Schornhorst founded the Prussian Military Academy in Berlin. It was a prerequisite to graduate from the academy to appointment to the Prussian General Staff. So reinforced speed, local movement speed. Is that just movement speed in Berlin? Or is that... I do not know what local movement speed is. Movement speed, I would understand. But alright, let's go stack by stack, give them some leaders. So you do not have a leader in the center flank. Gebhard Lebrecht von Blucher. You do, you have Friedrich Wilhelm. You do not. Let's give you George von Perk. Anton von Lestock. Alright, let's do right now. And I'm just assigning them by overall experience because I'm assuming overall experience indicates capability, but I actually do not know that. I'm going back down, doing the left flank this time. Left flank, because none of my people, from what I saw, have any traits, so they're more or less interchangeable. I know... What is this? Defensive rating, offensive rating, maneuver rating. 3s seem to be pretty average here. 4-4, 4-4, so 3 3s in the back seems fine. 4-2 in the back seems fine. 4-4-5. You probably could have been put to better use. So, is this good unit comp? Excellent question. I have no idea. I really hate this. So, it just auto-assigned things to how the game thinks that they should be assigned. Is that good? Is that bad? I don't know. Just like Crusader Kings army building. What should I put in what flank? Etc, etc. It doesn't... At least in CK, I think... Size of this unit. Cost. Manpower cost. Build time. Speed. Okay. Sort by attack. Coastal batteries. Interesting. Defense. Initiative. Morale. Frontage. See, frontage seems as if it is important, but I do not know how large the overall frontage is, and it has not provided me any indication of how big or how small our army should be whatsoever. Like, number of brigades, 5. Number of brigades, 5. Morale. Flank has a frontage. There we go. There we go. A battlefield allows a frontage of 50 per flank. Cool. So 50 should be our default. That means that these stacks are about half as big as they should be. Ludwig Achim von Arnim, 30 idea points. The Berlin-born Prussian noble Ludwig Achim von Arnim, publisher of the romantic Zeitung für Einsiedler, or a newspaper for hermits, and of a collection of German traditional legends and folk songs together with Clemens Brentano under the name Das Neben Wunderhorn, has founded the Union Deutsch Tischgesellschaft Deutsch Tischgesellschaft, or German Table Society. Most of the Prussian reformers are members of this union. Okay? Now we have 5 diplomats. Diplomats are a currency. But it's green, so that seems to indicate to me that it's maxed out. Here at the top of the game, you can see the number of diplomats. You need diplomats to gain a certain amount per month. Without them, you cannot even sue for peace. Yeah. Okay. So when you are merged, do you auto-combine your best? Was it number of brigades? No, it's frontage. Right, so... Ooh, you are taking attrition. It doesn't give the little bad indicator to indicate attrition. So let's put you in here. Okay. None of these have the correct frontage. But having full frontage on all flanks requires supplies that are totally unreasonable. So, whatever. Hello, Mecklenburg. Your independence guaranteed by Denmark and Sweden? Fuck. Braunschweig. Independence guaranteed by Denmark and Sweden. Why are Denmark and Sweden stepping up here? I kind of hate this, because I can't tell if I'm doing well or poorly. Now that's... I can't delete here. No? I can't disband an army. Can I? Weird. Very weird, dude. Okay, well, fuck it. Let's go to war with France. Britain. Can I join this coalition? Can I join this coalition? There we go. Join that coalition. Why would you reject potential ally? Impossible. Impossible, why? It just says impossible, but doesn't give any reason for why it is impossible. Okay, just because I hadn't tanked my prestige. Cool. I wish to join your war. Country is at war. Country is at war. Saying the country is at war with Tunisia, Papacy, Tuscany, Switzerland, Italy, Netherlands, Denmark, Spain, and France. I apparently am lacking leaders. Where? 24 unemployed leaders. Why are you telling me this, game? It's not like I can employ them. This stack is going down here. I'm following EU4 or Victoria logic here. I know I should fix my armies, but frankly, I have no idea how to, because the game has not tutorialized that at all. Like, oh yeah, frontage is a thing. Okay, so their dice roll, logistics modifier, and a river crossing. Now, I have way more troops than them. And their leaders kind of suck. So, army in battle. Strong army with more soldiers have an advantage against a smaller army. No kidding! God, that's a terrible, terrible tooltip. Victory. Huh. Okay, there's like a little battle report. That's kind of cool. Kind of unnecessary. So you get idea points for fighting. You get prestige for fighting. Are you? Who's occupying this? Brunswick. I don't know what I'm doing at all. So that's a fort. That reads as a fort. Country is a fort. Yep. Yep. What's happening here? Am I taking this? What? I had troops over here? Okay, whatever. So you're gonna go here. They have a river crossing, but as we saw before, that doesn't really matter. Our army's gonna get there in time, but not enough to turn this around. I'm thoroughly confused. So, Great Britain has 550. Oh, no, not K, 550. Okay. Alright. This seems terrible and unintuitive. Now, maybe this is just me, but let's start over. Yeah, play as pressure. I don't want to do the math to make the frontage work. Oh, it stopped working. Quality game. Alright. Start up again. I promised someone that I would check this game out and that it sounded cool, and like maybe I haven't heard of it because it was just like a cult classic. That's okay. Let's give it a try. Another try. Okay. Now you should be seeing this. As long as OBS has actually recognized that, yeah. We good. I was just seeing a whole lot of black screen on the recording. Alright, so Prussia. Still insisting on playing Prussia. Start out the game. Are you guaranteed? Or independence guaranteed by Denmark and Sweden. Interesting. Interesting. So I could just get into a proxy war with Denmark and Sweden. Is there a way to... No. Armies. Not really what I wanted. Countries. Army quality? Our army quality is terrible. What the hell? Okay, army size. Denmark and Sweden, even added together, don't match up to our current number of armies. So I'm just gonna do this. $20,000, $21,000, $11,000, $17,000, 22k there, 10k there, rest of them there, and they can group together. But Alex, you might be saying, you're not really strategizing or thinking this through. You wouldn't be wrong. Because that initial impression was not great. So this is supposed to be about the Napoleonic War, but it's using the EU4 war model. The EU4 war model and the Crusader Kings war models suck. They suck. Like, oh, you need a combat width of this, and your discipline needs to be that, and your morale needs to be this. But do you have any direct control over the battles? Not really. So, not crazy about this. Not crazy about this. Group up, and the hotkeys that I'm used to using aren't working, so I'm pressing like G to group up, and like, don't know what you're talking about. Group up? What is group up? Alright, so we caught them there, and our stack was smaller, so we got wiped. Nothing special happened during the battle. They lost 4 times as many troops. Okay, whatever. We go here, then there. So we're in Lubeck. Ah, and there is a siege. Okay, cool. This is EU4. This is just reskinned EU4. I could see why this was not very popular. Yeah, did you like playing EU4? No? Then you won't like that. So, did we wipe that army? Are they in the fort, perhaps? That was not clear what just happened there. But, alright, we'll wait, I guess. Merge these together, let them move forward. Forts are blockaded, that's fine. Don't really care about our forts. So, I'm clicking on Rostock, and I'm not seeing why it isn't mine. I'm clicking on actual little Rostock, and I'm not seeing why I don't control it. Clicking on Lubeck, don't see anything. Clicking on our army in that province is how I can see the siege. Okay. This will be in Lubeck on the 12th of February. Now, if I say like, oh, okay, I'm going to respond to that by jumping a bunch of troops in here, I'm imagining what's going to happen is that you're going to use the old school, you're going to use the old school bullshit of, oh, we're a day out, but we can still cancel, oh, hey, Mother Russia, can still cancel out a move order? That's stupid. That is so stupid. That is unfortunate. Okay. Lubeck on the 17th. Okay, now we're in here. Now we just let that stack hit us. Then jump in. This is Crusader King style combat. Me no likey. Me no likey. So we jump everything in here. I won? Why did I win? Probably because they saw that I had reinforcements coming in and pulled out. So, it's okay. Okay. We're learning here. Apparently troops can hide inside of forts. That's stupid. What's this war? Oh, I'm just declaring war on Mecklenburg to test out how war mechanics work in this game, to get a feel for it. The Prussian cavalry, yeah, I don't care. Mass tactics, harsh discipline. Because there's no tutorial, because this is a Paradox title. And this was made by the CK team. That makes so much sense. Oh, that makes so much sense. Because, like, the ways that armies are organized, this is Crusader Kings. And it's about as intuitive as Crusader Kings. Like, it's not great. Peace offer from Mecklenburg. Concede defeat. No, not concede defeat. Why would I have attacked you if I just wanted you to concede defeat? I'm going to annex you. So this is like, you haven't missed much. I joined Great Britain's coalition, got stack wiped by Austria, or by France immediately, quit, restarted, because, yeah, so it's interesting that, in Paradox titles, when you go to war, the reason why it's so simplified is because you're, like, running an empire, right? You might be jumping around doing different things, but this is only 20 years long. So you're only jumping between your mainland country. It really shouldn't be that hard to keep track of everything. So it's weird, I think, that it's the same model. We don't get the indicators like in EU4 that, like, this is going to be here on the 13th, and if I move in to intercept it before they get here, they'll just back away in classic Crusader King style. And EU style. Yeah, they saw my troops coming and they ran away. That's annoying. That's very annoying. I'm not going to get used to giant stacks being able to hide inside of a fort. This is very unintuitive. You say this should be fun, but so far, this has been not at all fun. Like this, there's holdovers from EU4, like this whole idea of administration or income, but who cares, right? This is supposed to be focused on the war, and it's not like you use that income to build buildings or anything else. You just use that. You can build depots, forts, and... Okay, so let's resign from this because this clearly isn't working well. Getting into army building, there's probably like one right way to build an army, and only one right way to build an army. Because that's the way... the music is just the game music. It's pretty okay. The precedent set by Hearts of Iron and Europa Universalis and Crusader Kings is that in most Paradox games there's like one correct way and only one correct way to build an army. So let's do the math and try to make that work. Which I know is exhilarating, but why not? Why not? 19 undeployed leaders, don't care. Let's go faster than this. And, alright, so that's all of our troops in Berlin. Now, are they taking attrition? No. So, the flank needs to be, each flank needs to be 63 each, or 50 each, no problem. 53 frontage. Sort by frontage. Can I sort by frontage? I cannot sort by frontage. Does this tell me how much frontage they have? No. Where can I see how much frontage each thing is? I can't. God, why? No. No. Okay, so the current frontage here is 75.6. If I move this to the reserve, it was 75.6. It became 64.8. 64.8. 3,000. 30,000 is what I have here. God, it's not even a number you can see here. Ooh, that's weird. Okay. No, I'm not sure why this is letting me resort this over and over, and I can't like delete my army and rebuild it, which sucks because honestly that's what I want to do. Guard infantry, line infantry, artillery, cavalry. Yeah, the map looks it's more simple than CK. It looks like it came out the same time as CK2. Like, it still has the 3D map going on. Which is... yeah, this is an older one. It's pretty. It's okay, but the UI is definitely improved in newer games, is what I'll say. What? There's a stack? Oh, they're like... you can actually select your garrisons. Oh, weird. Weird. Why? Why? Why let them be selectables? Can I march them out? Oh, I guess you can. So you're here. I want to put you in the garrison. How do I do that? How do I do this? Do I just leave you there? Do I right-click on the garrison? No. Troops that defend a fortified province will last longer and your army can take shelter in the fortress. If you order them to... you order them to. Expand unit. Yep, disband everything. just disband everything. So, it's a cool idea having forts have actual armies in them, but what I'm gonna do is gonna go to every single fort I have, take the troops in them, pull them out, and disband them, because that's just a waste of manpower. I'm going to, as you've seen, disband my entire army, because I hate that default army. I think that was built terribly, and reorganizing that so that it actually fits in the mechanics of the game was gonna take forever and a whole bunch of math. Now, it's still gonna take forever and a whole bunch of math, but, well, that's okay. So, now, if we pull up the ledger, go to armies, nothing. Manpower is 232k. Let's go into military. I don't want to see naval. Okay, so we have size. Does this tell me the frontage? Frontage. Okay, it does. Thank God. Okay, so it does tell me the frontage. But this lets me sort by cost and name and type. But that's not really what I want. The build menu in here lets me sort by size, build cost, manpower, build time, speed, attack, defense, initiative, morale, frontage, evasion, supply cost. So, let's sort by frontage. We need 50, right? 50 is the frontage for each pulling out a book so I can write down numbers and do math. So, 50 is the frontage we need. I imagine frontage, and because I don't have an army, I can't see frontage, unfortunately. Let's get rid of this. I don't want this transport. Goodbye. Because I don't have a navy, I can't afford a navy. I can't afford to build a navy, because Prussia did not have one at this time period. So, let's go to like a back page in here I'll never use again, and say, okay, 50. 50 is what we want. 50 frontage. 50 frontage. Now, if we look in here, you can only recruit brigades in cities. No. in core territories? Core provinces. Okay, yeah. So, frontage 6 is the most I can get. Those are guard brigades, grenadier, and coastal batteries. But coastal batteries don't care much about frontage. God, can you... Looks like CK Bagley ported to Napoleonic era like a mod. It feels kind of like that, yeah. But fuck it, I'm gonna give it a shot. So, initiative. What is initiative? It doesn't tell me what any of this shit is. There is not like a in-game anything that tells you how any of this works. Yeah, map modes, I kind of got a grip on that game. Build cost, presumably more expensive would indicate better, but manpower cost, build time, know what that is. Speed. Now, speed versus initiative. Speed is probably how quickly they move across the map, right? Attack, higher attack makes sense. You attack better. Defense, you defend better. This is very much like Hearts of Iron. I know what this, or EU4, or EU. I know what this is. When it's the attack phase, it rolls a die, adds the attack number. When it's the defense phase, it rolls the defense die, adds it to the defense number. Now, it's more complicated than that, but whatever. Morale seems to be 3.2 is the highest it gets. So either guard brigades or grenadier brigades are what we are going to want as our mainstay. Now, guards and grenadiers, they look exactly the same. What? So guards are slightly bigger. They cost slightly more manpower, but I'm not sure why. So what I'm not sure of is if frontage in... I'm gonna Google it. Frontage March of the Eagles. And I did check for a wiki earlier, and there was no such thing. So, the first thing that comes up at the dev diary. That's terrifying. Okay, frontage. The efficiency of troops in a section is greatly influenced by the number of troops present and the frontage provided by terrain. Think of frontage as the number of guns you can bring to bear, and men you can expose to danger. Because of the width of the battlefield, in open terrain, frontage will be... If the available troops ideally need more frontage than the terrain provides, they will deal less damage. We're talking about land combat. Okay, when your army enter combat, center and flanks, fight the enemy's center and flanks, and then yada 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 yada. Bombard phase. Okay. So, combat starts out with the bombard phase, where artillery is king. This is where the cannon you bring to the field will have the greatest impact. But with the right tactics in place, leaders of opposing sections of the battlefield will try to maneuver themselves either to prolong the bombardment phase, or if they are at a disadvantage, shorten it, depending on their own troops' ability to strike at the enemy, and the enemy's ability to strike at their own troops. The enemy's ability to strike at their own troops. Johan, this English is not great, man. The leader with the best maneuver skill will have the advantage in all encounters between sections on the field. Paradox had a vision to create a sequel drawing on the war influences of Hearts of Iron. Didn't do that. The look and feel of Europa Universalis. It's done that. And the ability to win, such as in Sengoku. Yeah, that's an okay thing. I don't really care about that, the ability to win. Like, you win by taking over the map or ending the game with the most prestige. That's simple, and Victoria has that, right? But, yeah. So, okay, so, apparently, See, the dev diary is telling me about the bombard phase. The game has not mentioned that at all up to this point, which is very, very interesting. So let's start evasion. So, oh, okay. High evasion probably means that they are better at dodging the bombard phase, right? The supply cost, we probably have to... Supply cost is probably what it takes away from the supply limit in territories. So we have infantry, we have guards, we have cavalry, and that's it. Okay. Very interesting. So, let's sort by frontage. Let's... Grenadier Brigade. Okay, so... I don't know how to divide up the frontage. Like... If this were EU4, I would know that the front would mean that there's a front and then there's a rear line. Right, and I didn't look closely enough at the combat rounds. Here's a picture of the combat rounds. Let's click on this. Please? So it looks like this is Crusader King style. That everything just hits everything all at once. That there aren't two lines. Good to know. Good to know. So... Do we go artillery heavy? Now, artillery should be very, very good, just given the time period. It's alright, let's figure out what we need. Infantry, if I'm building infantry... It's called the UK in 1801, not Great Britain. Yeah. Yeah, there's a couple things that are a little interesting. So, if we build infantry, so far as I'm concerned... Oh, these are guards. These are both guards. Okay, so guard. The best guard brigade is a grenadier brigade. Grenadiers. There may be some benefit to guard brigades, but I'm not seeing them. So let's sort by cavalry. Cavalry, one would imagine, would get a bonus in flanking. Right? Their speed is higher, their pursue is higher, their defense is higher. Let's look at the cavalry. Sort by speed, because they're all going to be very fast. Speed? There we go. Vicky 2 guards. Yeah. I know. But there are guards, which are a type of guard, and there are grenadiers, which are a type of guard. And guard, they use words like cavalry, infantry, guard, but they don't define what that actually means in the context of this game. Ooh, getting framey. They don't explain exactly what that means. Like, military just says nothing. This says nothing. And there's no tutorial. So... some are best used in 3 primary flanks. Like which? Game? Like which? Alright, let's just look at these cavalry. So if speed is our priority, yeah, oof. Okay. bitrate just went to hell there. That's fun. And now it's back to normal? No tutorial, classic paradox. Yeah. And bitrate's back down. Huh. This is minorly annoying. So, I'm just gonna keep doing math here. This is very, very exciting content, I know. Let me double check to make sure something isn't auto-updating. No, fuck it. It's gonna come back on its own, I imagine. Because I'm hardwired in. Same. This takes a little longer. Dragoons take longer. They're also slower. Same exact attack. Same exact defense. Same exact initiative. Same morale. Same frontage. Same evasion. Why are these different things? Why are Hussars, Uhlans, and Freikorps different? Because they're not different as far as these numbers are concerned. That's so stupid. This is incredibly stupid. And their attack sucks. Their defense sucks. Their speed is the only thing good about them. And their manpower cost is low. Okay, I'm not building cavalry. And if somebody is watching this later on who actually knows what they're talking about, yeah, bitrate's back up to normal. Don't know what that was about. Well, we'll find out. Evasion. Wait, shouldn't higher evasion be good? This isn't actually sorting by evasion. Like, 0.8 is the highest it's giving, but there are things in here with 1 evasion and 1.2. Okay, so cavalry have really good evasion. Oh, so maybe cavalry are good for breaking artillery? For evading artillery and hitting artillery? That might make sense. I still don't care. Still not going to build them. No cavalry. Proper infantry. So, infantry that are not guard. Gonna go by frontage. And this is guard. Artillery. Okay, so let's sort through these artilleries because we have them right here. We have them pretty much. We have horse. We have guard horse. We have. Yeah, the only thing I know about Napoleonic warfare is from Napoleon Total War. Yeah, pretty much the same thing here. And in that game, I basically just used artillery, put line infantry in the way of cavalry, and won. Howitzers all the time was how I won that game. So effectively, that's what I'm gonna try to do here. So I'm seeing that all these numbers are the same again, as far as foot, guard foot, and artillery brigades go. These are all the same. Why? Okay. Fix frontage. These are all the same? All the same? Then there are horse artillery and cav have high shock, I guess, but shock isn't showing up here. Fire and shock aren't showing up here at all. There's just attack and defense, so I don't think there's a fire and shock ability. Which is super weird. Yeah. And infantry are just worse than guard, but you require a special kind of leader to lead something with guard, but it doesn't say what kind of leader. It doesn't say how many or anything else like that. So, again, very unclear. Very, very unclear. This is not great design. So artillery, guard foot artillery, and foot artillery are all the same thing. Foot infantry, charge square. Yeah, that seems like it would work pretty well. So, there's no difference between these. I'm just gonna build normal artillery. Artillery. 3 frontage. And so, okay, yeah, let's make a baby stack of this, because I don't know. So this isn't going to fit into 50 neatly, but luckily most of the provinces won't either. Pull out calculator, do some very easy math I just don't want to do. 50 divided by 9 is 5.5. Okay, 50 divided by 3 is 16. So what ratio do we want here? 1 infantry for every 2 cavalry. That would give them the same frontage. Do we want artillery? If we don't really get any indication of what a good ratio is. Now, honestly, I'm tempted just to build a fucking army of coastal batteries, but it says it's a garrison. You wouldn't trust this game's numbers in battle. Yeah. Can't fault you for that. I don't think I should either, but I'm going to. So infantry and second line infantry are the same thing, again with the exception of... So weird. Right, and we need supply train, but I don't know what service do. I don't know what you supply. Okay. Alright, forget it. Let's just do full guard, see what happens. Let's say 5 of you would have 30 frontage, 5 of you would have 15 frontage. Oh, and this is per flank. Right, so okay. Why is it 50? Man, why is it 50? 50 is not divisible by 3 evenly. So 36, and then plus 12? Yeah, so, okay, 6 grenadier and 4 artillery, maybe? 6 and 4? Sure, whatever. Okay, so meet in, yeah, go to Berlin. What was that? So grenadier. Berlin is not connected to a rally point. But it's a rally point. How do I set a rally point? Yeah, they try to do CK2 simple combat with complex numbers, which is weird and contradictory. Alright, grenadier. You currently building something, Berlin? No. Okay, good. Grenadier. Select all. Deselect all. Select affordable. Deselect all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's going to be 18 for enough for all three. Then build the brigades, I guess, and they are now building. Okay, cool. So we need 4 artillery. Object normal artillery. 1, 2, 3, 4. We need 12 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can't afford it. How much do I need? 43? Got it, game. Now I can afford it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Cool. And then I'm going to need a supply transport, but I don't know how much or anything else. Oh, this is taking a long time to build. How long we got? Nazarene movement. Cool. Idea points are nice, presumably. Units are out of supply. What? Okay, then can I move you to Berlin instead? Cool. This is not everything. These are my normal infantry? I don't know how to set a rally point, and this doesn't tell you how to set a rally point. Rally point. If I selected this, could I make it a rally point? Enable land rally point, yep. Okay, cool. Cool. At least they kept that feature. So... one more idea. So, Prussian Virtues. I'm going down this because it'll give these monthly idea points at the end, which is the only thing that gives idea points, so it seems like a good idea. Diplomats and idea points, cool. Is this everything? Oh, right, I can go above the frontage. I can go above 50. It doesn't need to be under 50. I can go over 50, but it will just never get used. So why do it? Okay, so go in here. No reserves. Just everything to the reserves. No. To the reserve. The way it auto-built this army is not what I wanted. Okay. Sort by brigade type. Left, center, right. 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 YouTube. Are we missing one? Oh, god damn it. Where? Where and how? Yeah, you. You can't make it to Berlin? Then why did you get built out here? Disband units. Berlin. Build me one more. 1 more grenadier. Let's speed this up. Guard army, yeah. Ludwig Achim von Arnim. Got that previously. Russian Military Academy, very cool. Any day now. I'm wasting so much time. Like, there's battles going on, there's war going on, we're a year into it, so like, we're 1/15th done with the game. Is that done yet? Nope. There we go. Finally finished. Then have to go into detail view. No, 666. Okay, cool. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now 1, 2, 3. Cool. Is this a good army? It's an excellent question. My frontage is higher than 50. I'm bad at math. Can you assign leaders? Yeah. So, leaders have maneuver rating, offensive rating, defensive rating, traits, and overall expertise. Why have overall expertise? This aggregated value is not used directly by the game. What? Okay. So, maneuver is used for not directly implying combat maneuvers, forced march, retreat bonus, etc. Offense is used to give combat and bonus for the attacker, this for the defender, and none of our people start out with traits, unlike Hearts of Iron. So these are just earned in the game. So let's get Gebhard Liebrecht von Blücher leading our center, leading the right flank. Let's get von Bülow, von Ruckel, and then in the reserves, Hans von Ziethen. Now tell me about the reserves. Yeah, but like, why would I... What good are reserves? Kind of EU4 style, yeah. You don't explain what's good on a flank, what's good, like, here, land morale. No, that's not why I, So, frontage of 0, 50 per flank. I don't understand. So, we'll go to service. Service is supply train. I don't know what they do. I frankly have no idea what they do. At all. Like, let's Google it. Supply train March of the Eagles. Logistics supply system. Again, the dev diary is the first thing to come up, which is never a good sign. Supplies every soldier marches on. Some supplies generated tells you how much supply is produced by a province. You can increase the amount of supply generated by building depots. Location to store and centralize distributions of supply. Supply is a limit. Troops can supply without causing attrition. Think of it as maximum. Yeah. But what? What's with the service brigades? Okay, so culture map mode, as if this matters. Revolt map mode. Wow, I have revolt risk in Poland. Just default. Nationalism lasts until the end of the game. This looks like EU4, like this little basic province, but like, why say it lasts until 1835 if the game ends in 1820? Very weird. Okay. Develop roads and Duchy of Warsaw. Oh, okay. No line infantry, which presumably is fine. See, guards have very strong morale, but can only be committed if there is a leader with the proper trait. This group is only made up of one type, heavy infantry. I don't have anyone with any traits. So, can it not get committed? I don't know. Presumably not then, right? So if not, let's build a second army for comparison. Oh, right. I need to I'm assuming I need to build supply brigades, but I don't know what they do. Like type service. They have size, they don't consume supplies. So presumably they're useful for something, right? But what? So let's say 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And build. I don't know if 10 is good, if 10 is bad, if 10 is enough, if it's too much, if it's too little. No idea. No idea at all. Okay, that's 9. Where's the 10th one? Yeah, battles give you idea points, yeah. I know that from earlier, and you slowly get idea points anyway. So the game seems to want you to be at war because it rewards you for being at war. And the theme of the game is this specific period of history wherein Europe was at war. So it would make sense, right? But I don't know. We have a fair amount of ducats. Let's remove this. Now keep this here. You go there. So infantry, not guard though, because guards we may not even have the trait to use them. I don't know what will happen if I use them and they just like don't go in. So there's light infantry. God, why are light infantry a thing? So there's guard, they're infantry, they're light infantry. And there are militia. But those words are never defined. So normal infantry? Yeah? Let's try that. So what? Crap, I don't know the frontage. And it doesn't show me the frontage here, so to figure out the frontage, I have to exit that, go back in here. Go to frontage. Sort by frontage, find normal infantry brigade. Normal infantry have 2, not 3 frontage. So, instead of building 30, I need to build... instead of building 18, I need to build 3 times that number? God, that's insane. Why build 54? Alright, sure. If that math carries. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Build. And then artillery will be the exact same number as before, which was, what, 4 for each of these? Nope, sorry. 3 for each of you. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 12 artillery. Normal artillery. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Build. Then we go to service, supply train. 10 is just the arbitrary number I picked out. Maybe it's good, maybe it's not. We'll find out. Build it. And now we let it go. Yeah, manpower does go up just like in Europa. It's just weird that you start out with armies that are obviously not at all balanced. So for the same amount of frontage, this is too big to fit on here. To properly cover the frontage with normal infantry is not happening. Oh, I also may just have way too many troops here. I think I do. Is there maximum number of troops per, No? There's no maximum. Definitely seems like there should be if there isn't. Left, center, right. Why do I have 1 dude left over? Don't know. Let's assign the next best commanders. Oh, wait. One pick. One Gleis. No stack. Rotor. And I'm waiting on this building something? No, I'm waiting on the rest of these 10. Oh no, I have them. Yeah, you're gonna be out of manpower, or out of supply anywhere you go. So this can't possibly be the way the game is designed to play. So let's split this mega stack in half. And same shit as before. Let's go to war with Mecklenburg. They're guaranteed by France. Brunswick. Is a Hearts of Iron 3 supply system? Why? Ugh, no one liked Hearts of Iron 3's supply system. Countries, army size. Who could I take on? I have the third largest army. I could probably... Oh, I could totally beat Austria. Are you actually allied with someone? You're at the war with the Ottomans, Wallachia, and Moldavia. Fuck yeah. So cool. This needs some leaders. Just arbitrarily picking leaders. Slow down time a little bit. So, what do I even want from them? Everything? To reach a province, all province must be occupied. Oh, for supply to reach a province. Yeah. So let's have them go there, them go there, them go there. So, assigned has gained Artillerist 1. Artillerist 1 gives okay, at least it tells me what that does. That's good. On that siege. Let's slow down a little bit more. On that siege. So, do I take things just by walking through them? I do, thank you. Would I get there on time? I would. This is okay, but this isn't really a good test if I built these armies right. This is just a testing if I can siege with these armies, which I can, which is nice, but does not tell me a single thing. So, what they're probably doing is trying to cut me off the supplies, right? So if we take a look at the supply map mode... Oh, God. Okay, that's annoying. See, for Carlsbad, for that. Do that. That's unless their forts are regional capitals. Makes some sense, I guess. So, boop. Okay, can maybe go a bit faster than this. Got this. So you're headed to Pressburg. We should just head straight to Vienna. New idea. Take this. Russian Military Academy. The education system's what I want, and after that we can go wild, I guess. Units are out of supply. Yes, they are. Why am I out of supply? Did that get taken back? Oh, it just falls back because there's a fort right here. No? Why does that just fall back? So why do some provinces stay taken, but others flip back as soon as I'm gone? Because there's supply, fort level, manpower, economy. I can't build anything to boost the economy at all. Alright, very weird. No way you're getting it up there. Go up to Krakow. Yeah, if you control the province, you get the manpower and income. That's cool. It's nice that you don't have to wait until the end of the end of the war. Oh hey, you would cede a bunch of stuff, but you're losing this war anyway, so I'm just gonna split you with the Ottomans, presuming that I can. Denmark. Do. Oh, you've accepted peace with the Ottomans. Well, I can still beat you. Okay. So it might be smart to, like, group my armies up, maybe? I don't know if that's true or not. It just seems like it would be smart. Ah, okay. It seems like it would be smart. So there, we have an army in Vienna. That's cool. Now we can learn if we've built our armies anywhere near correctly. Maybe, or they'll just keep running away from me. Sure, you'll get military access. Why not? They're just, like, stacking up everything they can on their capital. Okay? They're going to Linz. They'll be there on the 15th. They are there. War enthusiasm under a different name. Really? War exhaustion? Ah, okay. Let's see how big their army is. Austria has a big army but no manpower, so their armies aren't getting supplied anymore. So this will be in Krems on the 22nd, 21st, 22nd. Now go there, go there, go there. Okay, so we won, but only because of numbers, I think. This is retreating? So let's go here, then here, then here. Let's go here, and then here. Battle of Linz. I mean, I'm doing well, I guess. I'm winning, but I'm not sure why or how. Which, like the War Shield? War Shield. This War Shield. War capacity. Interesting. Blockades. Yeah, alright. So let's try to take this slow the next time we hit combat. Okay, we've hit combat. Gonna slow it down even more. There's a lot going on here. So there's infantry, we have guards. Presumably our guards are actually working, otherwise this wouldn't make any sense. Which begs the case, why would you ever build infantry? Attack stuff, raiding, bombarding. They are not bombarding. Observing the battlefield. Average morale. Are these total numbers? I don't know. Rolls. It doesn't tell me anything about infantry or cavalry or anything else. That seems to be going okay, but barely okay. Yeah. Oh, I won this. Can we go there? Yeah, really hard to tell what's going well there, if anything is going well there. Really hard to tell, other than just like pouring on numbers, what's working or not working. Which, in a strategy game, is horrible. So that army fell. The infantry armies seem to be doing better than the guard army. Presumably because I have more people I can lose? I think? The spam I'm getting, like, gets impetuous commander, gets this, gets that, is getting to be a bit much. Oh, okay, and you can't catch retreating armies? Alright, okay. I'm learning. And no indicator if I'm actually going to encounter an enemy in a province or not is kinda not great. So I've taken their capital, which is neat. Let's speed this up again. I'm not loving how they're doing this. How they're just like diving straight at my provinces. This is definitely a Hoi 3 problem. Okay. We'll all hop in there. Cavalrymen. You saw that, right? You saw that one of my people here. You're an entrencher. That sucks. That sucks. Cavalrymen. Cavalrymen. With what cavalry? How did you become a cavalryman? I have no cavalry. How did you get good with horses? We don't have horses. I don't understand. Okay, you are small, you'll sit there, you're bigger, you'll sit there, you're bigger, you'll sit there. We're not quite out of manpower. Go to Linz. Let's do down to Itzbul. Entrencher. Why am I getting entrencher? Just because they're defending and succeeding at defending? Possibly. Peace offer from Austria. Decline. Just random chance. Yeah, I get that it's random chance, but Hearts of Iron 4, for example, the things that you get, the traits that you get are based off of what you've actually done, which is cool. But it just being random, like, it doesn't matter what my army composition is, it doesn't matter how I'm using my army or what tactics I'm using, it's just like, oh, you got this. Why'd I get this? No, you just got it. You've discontinued your coalition against France. What? You're still at war with France and now they went... Odd. Okay. Okay, weird. I don't understand why that is, but... So, because I can just take all of these, I'm just taking all of these. Kind of hard to tell how War Score works. War Score seems to be boosted by battles. Only battles? No, okay, and occupations. So that's normal. At least it has a War Score system. I know for the longest time CK2 didn't. That was very, very confusing. Like, why am I doing well? I don't know. Why am I doing poorly? Don't know. Go down to Verona, then Padua. We have one in Verona. Let's go down to Padua. You can go up to Laibach. We are out of manpower now, so both Austria and I are out of manpower. So it would probably behoove me to get out of this war. Let's right click? No. So I have to go to Austria. I have to directly sue to peace. I can't annex them. Demand tribute. Cool. So I can say, okay. Let's aim for Bohemia. They would not accept me taking Krakow as well. How about Pressburg? Not accepted. Linz? Not accepted. Passau? They would accept it. Linz? No. Salzburg? No. Sure. Okay, so that's how you grow your borders, and that took 2 years? Okay, that's doable. That's doable. But now the revolt risk is going to be something I have to contend with. I imagine. I don't actually know that. Truce will expire. You have troops in foreign territory. Oh, let's deal with that. Alexander von Humboldt. 15 prestige, which is the way that we win the game, or monthly prestige for the next year, and monthly idea points. Ah, the idea points sound nice. Okay, I'm kind of getting this. Although, again, I don't know if my armies are good or bad or what. And that's dangerous. I have no idea how effective or ineffective my armies are. So the Ottomans seem to be having some trouble here. You were at war with Russia. You are. And Egypt. Okay. Yeah. Disbanded their coalition against France. You already disbanded it. So it looks like France won that war pretty handily, and it seems to me that France will always win that war really handily. So that's odd. Now what do we need? What we need is more manpower. So production, no, none of that. Fire ideas. These sound quite good. Supply. Sounds good. Doesn't sound good. Maneuver. None of these are going to do anything. Global supply. National manpower modifier. There we go. I like that. And just like a flat manpower increase? That's weird. Okay. Command ideas. Sure. So we're going to do... Was that economy? Economy ideas. Oof. Interesting. Interest -2. Okay. Expenses, interest, satellites, events, construction, repaid loan, peace. I'm gonna get, wait, I can get more than one? Why do I have so much? Okay, national manpower. You want military access? You got it, buddy. Don't know why you want access through me, but you can have it. Flat manpower increase. Yeah, that's weird. It just says plus 1,000 manpower. Why 1,000? Why isn't it based on a percentage of your total manpower? I don't know. Oh man, I need a long time until our armies are better. That's typical, actually, but you drain manpower so quickly that... Yeah. More ideas. How many idea points am I getting a month? 25? It still seems to be going fast. Build cost -3%, 33. So, okay, it's worth looking at. Okay, that's a thing I can build, and I have to go in and build these manually every single time? That sucks. So I could potentially... Civilized development. Province will become civilized and provide more taxes, supplies, and conscripts. Oh, crap. Yep. Yep. Is it every single province? Oh, God, why? Okay, I can only afford those 3 anyway. Developed, civilized. Oh, so, like, if there are undeveloped, cleared. Like, cleared here. And then normal development? Okay, I get it. So this is how you boost manpower, is by going in and looking at developing provinces. I don't love that you develop things by going in and clicking build. I wish that there were the drop-down menu that EU4 has. And it didn't have it when it first came out. It's just been a huge quality of life improvement. You all have leaders, you have leaders, you have leaders. More ideas. And here, hold on. So this should go to that monthly manpower increase of 1,000? No, yearly increase of 1,000. Huh. Okay. I mean, it doesn't hurt, but weird. There definitely needs to be an EU4 build screen. Going into every single one of these is going to take forever. Very long time. Cleared here. In Brownsburg. You're going to stream Vicky 2? Eventually, yeah. Vicky 2, I would like to do. I'd actually like to transfer that Tuscany game over to Vicky 2, so I just need to transfer that and then play with the borders so it looks right. And improved. So global supply production sounds pretty okay. So okay. What next? We have a ton of artillery. Like a ton of artillery. Probably more than the game actually wants us to have. So I think artillery ideas might be a good idea here. Command idea sounds... Oh, this shrinks army frontage. Interesting. And raises morale. Raises morale, rather. Infantry defense. Light infantry bonuses. So currently our guards are better. Revolt risk is lower. Revolt risk is lower. Better army morale. Better manpower. Better maintenance. Idea points. Again? Man, again. Okay. And I guess our truce is up. Are these fully... Yeah, we're fully reinforced. I think artillery is what I'm going to go for next. So what do I want in a war with Austria? If we're looking at the culture map mode, Czech was... This is probably the worst thing to take. I want actual Austria. I want this, because it's in my culture group, and I don't know if that makes any difference at all. It may. It may not. Czech. Not accepted culture. Yeah, that's such a small difference. I don't actually care then. So, same deal as last time, probably. Swoop in, grab as much as possible, leave. I didn't actually read what that was from Russia. Statue of Queen Louise, cool. Not so cool, in fact. Pressburg? Nope. I would like to... I'd really like to have supply access to the... There we go. Provinces that I'm sieging down. The funny thing is, if they swept in and started trying to take out my my forts, they'd take them really quickly. I don't have any soldiers garrisoning any of my forts. I pulled all of them out in the interest of just conscripting them into the actual army, which is pretty funny. Klagenfurt. Pest. Klagenfurt to Laibach. Yeah, the truces are short because the game is in a short time period. It makes sense. Peace offer from no. No, thank you. Brothers Grimm, monthly idea points, cool. Oh. I lost the battle. That went very quickly. Okay, cool. You, here. You three here. Here. God damn. What? So I don't love this. That armies consist entirely of just like big death stacks going around. Because that's not fun. Send a set on the Habsburg Empire. Well, not yet. As they're demonstrating, they have 80,000 troops to throw around. And they've decided, as the Paradox AI often does, that they would rather fuck with the player than anyone else. They're much more interested in attacking me than they are attacking anyone else. Which is kind of annoying. Okay, close. Close. So you're going here, not at me. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I'm just gonna be here slowly rebuilding. Slowly rebuilding. What do I want? Artillery defense, probably. Nope. I'm gonna stay in the war, Austria, because you got bigger fish to fry. Artillery build time, that's worthless for us. What? Oh, the fort. I don't like how it gives fort combat as if it's actual combat. And I do not understand if, like, how you can tell if you're doing well or if you're doing poorly or anything else. Like, it's just no real feedback at all. Are there mods? Oh, man, probably not. March of the Eagles mod. Does not really look for it. Don't look like it. Yeah, Heroes of the Eagle. There's some, but it looks like they haven't been updated in a long time. I couldn't find much of a community around here. Like the Reddit, the subreddit for March of the Eagles hadn't had a post in 2 years. Okay, I'm gonna resign as Prussia because this clearly isn't going well. I have no idea how to build armies well, what that even looks like, so let's hop in as France. Just messing around with this game. Okay, yeah, welcome to Heart. So, as France, we have a bunch of armies. So let's look. Let's look at line infantry. Line infantry. Line infantry fight well in open terrain where their fire is devastating. Guard have very strong morale, but can only be committed if there's a leader with a proper trait. Cavalry perform well in all terrain. Artillery, light infantry fight well in closed terrain. Militia are cheap, useful in numbers, service group. Okay. I don't know what good or bad looks like in the context of this game. So, can I just start out, form a coalition? No target for coalition. How do I set a target for coalition? I don't understand, game. How do I do any of this any of this bullshit. Everyone to Berlin. Get rid of this, I guess, which didn't actually get me anything. Yeah, let's just wait for this army to group up. University of Berlin. Oh, did not mean for that to keep going. So, there's line infantry, cavalry, artillery. Let's go detail view. How do I split? How do I split? Now, I'll split you in half. How do I create a new army? What happened? Oh, just kept on getting. What happened? Why are you Prussia? Oh, I tagged over to Prussia. I was hopping in as France to see what their armies look like, but they were just this disorganized and... Like, I think the way the armies are organized in this game is just based off of how they were built historically, which is cool and all, but it's stupid. Because see, this is an interesting thing. Hold on. If I go into here, swap positions, does this matter? If it doesn't matter, why do it? If it does matter, do things like at the top here attack first and things at the bottom attack last? That would be very weird. I want to split an army off of this, but it won't. Okay, split the army in half. Reorganize. Can't sort by anything, huh? Okay. What I'm doing is just putting all the cavalry into the one on the right and getting rid of all the cavalry. Because they must serve some function, but on paper they look terrible, so I'm not going to use them. I went back to Prussia because Prussia sounded like more fun to play as, sounded like a challenge to play as. We were seeing France just destroy England over and over and over and over, and that doesn't sound fun. If this game is really just like Crusader Kings, and you win fights just by throwing big stacks at each other, and whoever has more numbers always wins, then I might not be interested in playing this game again. If there's some nuance to it, I could be convinced, but if I wanted to just build big stacks, throw them at each other, and not really pay attention, I'd play more EU4. And I will play more EU4, but yeah, guard, infantry, artillery, artillery, guard, 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 infantry, 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 infantry. That's cavalry. Get ye hints. Okay, this is all cav. Goodbye. Alrighty. So, go into detail view. Let's get everything over to reserves, and then from there I will build this army again. Wait. What the fuck? Double clicking on things helps? Oh, God. Do you tell me what initiative is? No. Do you tell me what defense is? Do you tell me what any of these are? No. What? Okay. It's fine. It's fine. Back to the reserve. All ye back to the reserve. Yep. Reserve, 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 reserve. So can I sort by brigade type? Okay. So left, center, right. 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 Left, center, nope. To the reserve. And that means you go to the reserve because there's an uneven number. And these are guards. So left, center, right, left, center, right, left, center, right, left, center, right. Infantry. Cool. So it's looking like the frontage is pretty much done for all of these. So this is a guard and cavalry army, which is cool. How the hell do I split off these troops to specifically build another army? To do that, I pretty much have to go God, this is really annoying. Because I can't like drag this out to make a different army. There's no split off. Oh, create new unit. Here we go. But I can't pick yeah, CK2, it's hard to change army comp, and even when you do, it's really unclear what works and what doesn't. Alright, this works. Yep, and these are... Right, so you just saw me cheat there, and you're gonna see me cheat again. Manpower? Manpower? Let's see. Own tag, test combat, on action. Idea. Oh, idea adds idea points. Well, that's cool. Let's just... Is this cheating? Yes, it's cheating. It's wholeheartedly cheating. I have no illusions about that. But I want to see the end of this game, honestly. And then I probably will never play it again, because trying to learn it has been a not so fun time. I just want to paint the map Prussian, and then I'm done. It'd be different if I had a wiki I could look at, or if there were player guides out there, or if there was a community built around this game. But I am, I think, the only person on Twitch streaming March of the Eagles right now, and I have had no one pop in at all, because this is a game no one remembers. It has some great ideas, right? Like, the idea function works pretty well. The idea of having to build your armies is pretty cool, but it isn't explained how you build your armies. If you want to get really technical with building armies, go all the way in. Go full Hearts of Iron on it. Make it kind of annoying to build your armies, but you have exact reasons for every little piece in that puzzle. If you're gonna... The Hoi 3 supply system is just abysmal. Because you need to have a lot of things, but only death stacks will win fights, and the AI walk around with death stacks, and it sends some mixed signals. Anywho, last time we learned, I think we learned that infantry did better overall. Second line, 250, 251.1.7. 251.1.7, 0, 1.3, negative 3, 1. Yep, 1, 1, 3, 2, 1. These are exactly the same. Second line infantry and infantry brigades are exactly the same. So then why are they different things in here? Why is this 6 bigger than this? Well, it was only $5. Yeah, I'm not mad about it. I'm definitely interested in looking at what they tried to do, and it was a title I never played, so whatever, it doesn't hurt. I'm not mad. I'm just like confused and frustrated and kind of surprised that they published this game. Like, that they went, yeah, you know, this is good enough, because it's not up to Paradox's normal quality standards. So let's say Berlin. Berlin want to be a land rally point. This is a Victoria 2 thing that they stole, which is interesting. Let's make second line infantry brigades. Why second line? I don't know. Why not? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 18. Build. Let's go to artillery. Let's get just normal artillery. Let's get 12. 12 is what I want. 12. Build. Let's get service. This. Build. 10. And go. See, and it has these events very much in Victoria 2 style, which I love. I love these little historical events that give context for the time period and try to set you in it. Get you in the right headspace. It's very cool. See, it says infantry, cavalry, and artillery, so clearly having light infantry and militia seems like a misstep. I know that it fits the time period, but it still seems like a misstep. Wow, we are really that far behind. It just takes so many of you. Alright, infantry. Yeah, you're supposed to do armies that are a mix of this, a mix of that, a little bit of this. And it's tedious. It's very tedious. Can I shift click? Nope, can't shift click. Of course not. So, I built 15 before. Let's build 30, and that should take care of it. And then these troops aren't grouping up here because they're stuck. Ugh. Right. Why? Game, why are you letting me build things in Munster when I don't have anything there? Tell you what, if I'm gonna cheat, and I'm gonna cheat, this game had a lot of potential, yeah, and I am gonna cheat, and we just played a Tuscany campaign. Let's go all in. Why not take Tuscany? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Cash. Take our army. Delete it. Manpower. So manpower isn't a thing, huh? So more humans. Humans added. Okay, that's not what I thought. Okay. More humans. Weird command, events, reload, annex. I could just annex everything. Yeah, that's true. UAI, insta-build, cash, prestige. No, that's fine. Let's work within the confines of our terrible manpower. Cobalt map, yeah, exactly. So let's go to infantry. That's all we have. In fact, land. What's the most? Oh, interesting. It's Tuscany. We can only build infantry, artillery, and supply. So that these change depending on who you're playing as. Interesting. I'm not sure that I like it, but it's interesting. So I'm clicking the minus button here to indicate that I want to build less, and it's not going down. So let's deselect all. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Weird. Now obviously, as Florence, our big problem is going to be, our big limitation is going to be our manpower. There's not much I can do about that, but I'm just gonna try to roll with it anyway. We won't have many troops, but goddamn, will our troops be really good. I think I remember seeing a dev when this game was coming out, the developers playing it together, and I saw it once and only once, which is a little strange. So yeah, move this up to speed 5. Formed a coalition. We are basically going to ride French coattails to victory here, assuming that there's nothing I can do to boost our population, and trust me, I'm gonna try. So currently I'm going in and I'm doing all this development because as I see it, this is the only way to... Can you see why this game failed? Yeah, lots of different reasons. But what I can't see is why they gave it the okay to be published. What I can't see is why they pushed it out the door and said, yeah, this is done. That's what I'm having trouble seeing. Because Paradox, they tend to have pretty good quality control. We have one leader, and only one leader, so we can't recruit more leaders. Okay, so that function makes it so that playing any nation except the big ones sucks. Sicily, are we at war with the papacy? You're a satellite of France. The Pope is a satellite of France. All right. Weird. No leader. No leader. This. Oh, I was fucking this up. What? So your general sits in the reserves? Alright, whatever. There's Tuscany here to fuck things up. Oh, okay, so Prussia, in this game, starts out by joining the war. So I think the expectation is everybody joins the war on France, but if you don't know the history, and you don't know that that's how the game is designed to be played, you have no reason to do it that way. Because, why would you? Yeah, Hoi 3 problem. Exactly. Hearts of Iron 4, the tiny nations are playable, you just have to be very clever about it. But Hearts of Iron 3, same thing. Tiny nations just... there's no point. There's no, like, political intriguing you can do to make yourself better. You just get stomped on over and over. And I think what we're going to see here is once the Sicilians are done over here, they're going to roll over here. And there's not much I can do about that. Okay, so the only indication I ever get that buildings are done is what we just saw there. The little pop-ups. And if you're not paying close attention, which I was, but that would be very annoying. So, minor ports... yeah, fuck it, let's build forts. Let's just build all the forts. Can't hurt. Well, it could hurt, but... U4 Tunis. Yeah, Tunis has that going on a little bit. So they avoided attacking us here. Why? Why? Okay, I was just curious. So France is just right. Observe isn't a command in this game. Oh man. Tell you what, I do want to see how this game rolls out, but I don't want to be anyone who has any real role in it. So I'm gonna select this. I'm gonna pick Piedmont because they're tiny. And me not doing anything or doing something won't affect anything. Alright, we're guaranteed by Sicily. Oh, thank God. Okay. Gonna unpause it. Gonna turn the speed up. And we're gonna watch what's supposed to happen, or what the AI is programmed to do. So it looks like the AI is programmed to... No, I'm not joining your coalition. You can go to hell. It looks like France rolls up in here. Yeah, then gets at war with Great Britain, Russia, everyone. So the war just starts immediately. I don't think that there are wild cards here. I think that Austria will join it eventually, the Ottomans will join it eventually, and at the end of the war, the game will end with France getting its ass kicked. Or There aren't enough historical events to help out the AI, and France will win every single time. And if France wins every single time, how the hell is the player supposed to turn that around? Because if troops still take about a year to build, your manpower takes 10 years to come back, you only have your maximum manpower twice in the context of this game, and barely twice. So this EU4 model does not carry well. It'd do better with the Hearts of Iron model, where you can like raise more troops, but it causes problems, that sort of thing. Yeah, it's very interesting. Am I allied with anyone? No, a lot of people are guaranteeing my independence. Cool. Good. Let's keep it that way. I'm seeing a lot of nothing happening right now. You're at war, but can I see? Can I toggle the fog of war? Tutorial. Tutorial? What the fuck is this? Hold on. Excuse you? Oh, there is a tutorial, of course. Command, recruit, control, victory, war. God, I don't want to play this. I don't want to play the quick Norvik on the map to continue. What? Now I'm supposed to know where Norvik is. You don't have a search? Yeah, you do. Okay, so yeah, build. You can build, yep. So click on any building, start constructing it. Great, let's build a depot. Yeah. End of chapter 4. Okay, recruitment. Select London. Recruits. Build a brigade. Yep. Alright. Okay. Yep. Yep, you can sort by clicking type and select any unit. Alright, continue. Select one province. Got it. Click build. Continue building the ship through the military view or build ship icon. Okay, I just did that. Alright, let's continue. Wow! Nope. U3 didn't have an observe. Oh. The tutorial button was here, so with my site, or my problem at not seeing that. What is this? Ah, the manual. Ah, exciting. Hold on, give me a second. Let's, window capture. Let's call this manual. Excellent. Doesn't quite fit the window. We'll just drag that down a little bit. We'll move this so I'm on top of it. Excellent. And transition over to the manual. Let's see if the manual has anything on any of this. Need help. Oh wow, support desk at HD. That's old. Getting started. Yep. Managing nations, achieving victory, peace and war, Tooltips, alerts, options, base ratings, outliner, major states, strategic targets. None of this is really explaining what I want explained. Ideas, diplomacy, tribute types, the military, armies. Okay. Manpower, I know what that is. Yup. That's it? That's what you provide on armies. That they break down into guards, line infantry, cavalry, artillery, light irregulars, and service units. But they don't explain what those are. Unit abilities. Unit type, size, cost, build time. Yeah, we've seen all this. Seen that. Maintenance, warfare. Wow. So it's just never explained what the real difference between any of the units are. Like, what cavalry do. The only reason I knew that artillery help in the bombard phase was because I went and read the dev diary, the development diary. There's nothing in the game indicating that. Now, if combat starts and you hover over combat while you're in the bombard phase, you'll see some flavor text about it. That's it. Okay, here's tactics. Okay, so this will explain different tactics that require like different types of units. So light cavalry and cavalry, or light infantry and cavalry, or okay. Oh, okay. Great. The Crusader Kings combat model sucks because it's very cool. It is very cool to have all of these different tactics and have all of these different things, but to have zero control over them is not fun. Is not at all fun. Arcades, combat. Okay, here, combat. Force summary. Okay. Leaders, combat modifiers, dice, logistics, river crossing, supply, leader quality. Yep, knew all that. Flanks. Yep. I taught myself this. You did not do a good job at explaining what this was, frontage, in the game, but I figured it out. Initiative. Higher initiative means you enter the fight faster. Yep, that makes sense. Capture flag, replacement, naval combat. Wait, what? Didn't you say breakdown of the troops? Oh, this is just in the battle window. Oh, I was like, oh, okay, you're gonna talk about some of this. Nope, you're just saying like, oh, you can see it. You can't. Revolts, events, provinces. Wow, that was horrible. that taught us nothing about the game. So here's Piedmont. Let's watch through to the end because this should go very quickly. If I'm not actually playing the game and pausing it, this should go super quickly. What this is such a good indication of what not to do. This game is a really good example of what doesn't work for Paradox. Like these very small periods of time, specialized on those specific periods of time, but without any real specific flair of the time period added. Like they kind of did that with the names of the troops, but the way combat mechanics work is exactly like Crusader Kings, with a little bit of Hearts of Iron 3 mixed in there. It's not fun, and it didn't work well on either of those titles, and there were complaints on both of those titles at the time this was being developed. So why did they think, fuck it, we'll just do it anyway? It's not very flexible, right? Like in the first 20 years of Hearts of Iron, you can do a lot of things in 20 years in Hearts of Iron, but EU4 Crusader Kings in a 15-year period or 20-year period, you don't get much done. And having the exact same manpower system from the Europa Universalis series doesn't make sense, because currently you gain X manpower per month and your maximum is whatever, which of what you get per 10 years. That 10-year marker makes a lot of sense when your game lasts centuries, but when your game lasts 15 years, that's stupid. Why not just say, this is what you get per month, this is what you get per year? Get rid of the idea of maximum manpower, because if somebody overruns it, that's fine. The manpower numbers are still so small in the context of 15 years, that's fine. Having prestige be the winning condition, I am so glad they moved away from this in later games. In Crusader Kings, in EU3, I think prestige was even more important, In Victoria, prestige is super important. It's how you win the game. And Paradox games don't do great if there's a way to win the game. They're sandbox games. And if you win, then it's not very satisfying. Having ducats be the, still what, yeah, poorly ported, yeah, very poorly. Ducats are what money is called. In the 1800s? No way. Ducat. A gold coin formerly in most European countries. As late as the 20th century? Seriously? Wow. Gold ducat, ducats of the Netherlands. Huh. During the 15th century, yada yada yada. Around 1913, the gold ducat was worth the equivalents of 9 shillings and 4 pence sterling, or somewhat more than $2. Huh. Austria still mints ducats to this day, dated 1915. The Czech Republic mints gold replicas of ducats. Hungary mints commemorative ducats. Oh, I did not know that ducats have lasted to the modern day. That's so weird. It should be pounds, yeah. I mean, this is right before the Victorian era. I was gonna say it should be pounds, because the Victorian era is about to make this the center of the world. Honestly, the name should change by country. That wouldn't be that hard, right? You just port whatever currency was used by that country at that time. That's just very small text file change. Who's this? Ah, Denmark. Denmark is at war with Great Britain, Russia, Prussia, Saxony, and Portugal, but also Sweden. Okay? Interesting. Yeah. I think the most interesting part of the game, if there is an interesting part, is playing as the Ottomans, maybe, because you're so far away from everything, you can basically just, like, attack all the stuff down here, grow bigger, and then roll into Europe. I think the Ottomans are the only ones that really work well. Prussia's in a position where you have to fight someone immediately. France is constantly at war. Great Britain's constantly at war. Austria's constantly at war. And the constantly at war thing is okay and good if you do it the Hearts of Iron way, where the game is built around the armies. This game isn't built around anything. Like, it's built around manpower, which you get from provinces, but you can't increase it except by one thing, and you can do that like twice. This game is centered around income, which you get by the exact same thing. Like, this is the only way you can improve your nation, is develop it. Prestige is what the game centers around. You get prestige by going to war, taking things, and beating people. So, war is how you get prestige for the most part. Yeah, game by winning battles and wars. So, okay, to win the game, you need to win wars. How do you win wars? You build armies. How you build that army, don't know. But you build armies, and then you fight each other. It does feel like a mod. It feels like a cropped down version of the Europa map or the CK2 map. Yeah, it EU4, yeah, EU $. This looks like Crusader Kings. It really does. because of where, like, the world just stops down here. And what was interesting about Napoleonic Wars were some of the conflicts that happened overseas as part of it. I mean, there weren't many, but, like, there's interesting stuff going on in North America right now. There's interesting stuff going on further down south than this. Huh. And God, Lord knows, wars between Great Britain and France in Paradox games don't ever go anywhere, because the Great Britain AI, yeah, and this AI quirk that I noticed pretty immediately, that it forms a coalition, disbands it, forms it, disbands it, forms it, disbands it. Why? Oh, okay, they're at truce again. France is at war with Prussia and Saxony now. Eh. It can't be fun to play this game as any of these nations, right? Like, these are clearly nations you're not supposed to play. Arguably, these are even nations you're not supposed to play. You're supposed to play as one of the great powers, or not at all. And this does have multiplayer. That's what's fucking crazy to me, is this has multiplayer. So there's the idea that people will have fun playing this horribly unbalanced scenario with one another. And if you're not at war, what do? Well, you build armies, and you can improve your provinces once or twice. But that's it. It really feels quite gutted. It's too bad. Yeah. I don't know. I am gonna run out the clock. More just curiosity what happens to the map. But, and I hate the peace deals I'm seeing, so I'm glad I didn't like the core mechanics. France is just taking random chunks of countries as it fights them, and they are random chunks, they're not contiguous borders. So supply must be a nightmare for France. And I guess I can't see it, but that in a lot of Paradox games, border gore is something that happens, and this is certainly no exception, right? Look at this nonsense. Oh, it's turned into a rant. It's always been a rant. Huh. I'm interested to see, so Paradox has pretty much all but admitted that this was a mistake, right? Like, they've talked about this game, and they've talked about a couple other releases made around the same time as a breaking point for them, where they needed to, like, reanalyze their development process and their quality control and stuff like that. And they mention March of the Eagles as one of these titles around this 2009, 2010, 2011, even 2012 time period, where they wanted to reanalyze this and move away from it, but they're still selling it. That's what I find weird. Like, if you recognize that, well, this was a flop, this didn't work well, we should do something different next time, and to the point where you don't really support the product anymore and you're not working on the product anymore, why sell it still? Sword of the Stars 2 was published by Paradox. Not made by Paradox, but published by Paradox. And that's another title around this time that had a lot of hype. They tried to make it seem flashy and interesting and like, this'll be up to our quality standard. But then it released and it was terrible. And they tried to support it for about a year and a half afterward, and it was still terrible. And even though they promised lifetime support, quality support, and improvements on it, they just dropped it. And they do not mention it at all anymore. Yeah, quality control at this time was, they kind of took for granted that their teams were capable of good work. They expected them to do good work, and they weren't looking over their shoulders as much to verify that they were doing good work. So when a product came out, because they had very tight time frames back then, it was expected that it should just work. But like, if I can hop in here for, hell, in the first 40 minutes I started seeing like, oh, that's wrong, that's broken, this isn't explained anywhere. How did they miss it? Right, like, how? If your QA team is the same as your programming team, you have a problem. Because the people programming a game know how things work and know the back end, and you just assume that it's intuitive. That's why you need fresh-faced people. And Paradox had a very, very small staff back then, so it makes sense that they didn't have the QA staff to test it out. But it's really disappointing. I was expecting to see a lot more map stuff going on. We are 2/3 of the way through the game. I was hoping what would turn out is that it would look like France or some other AI would actually start dominating and demonstrate how this game is supposed to be played, but can I unpause while I'm in here? Cool. Wow, Russia's doing quite well, apparently. Prestige-wise, France and Great Britain is actually set to win this. France is set to win this. That makes sense, but their lead is not very large at all. And I'm still at the default starting prestige of 150. Good lord, that's horrific. Horrific income. I feel like this war has been going on forever. You just watch the Russian army moving. You can't see it, but you can see where it's been going. So does this game capture the feel of the Napoleonic era? No. Paradox has changed, yeah, and changed for the better. This doesn't capture the feel of the time period. It doesn't really immerse you in it. The characterization of different nations ultimately comes down to like one idea group, particular to the major powers. The types of troops you can make look like they're the same for everyone. Are they? No, there's some slight differences, so that's a way that it comes to a head. But again, because it's so obtuse in trying to show... Why did EU Rome fail? I don't think so. EU Rome was 2008. I feel like it was fairly successful. It was moderately successful. I liked EU Rome. EU Rome knew what it was. The problem with EU Rome is Total War. Rome Total War. Because Rome Total War did a really, really, really good job. And so if a player was looking for a, hey, I want to play as Rome, or I want to play in Roman times, they had Rome Total War to compete with. And Rome Total War is like maybe the best, if not one of the best, Total War games ever made. It's the same reason why Paradox doesn't want to make a game covering all of human history, because the Civilization series has already done that so well. I think the reason they're not redoing EU Rome is just because that niche is filled. And unless they can come up with a way that they can innovate on it and make it better, that they just don't want to touch it. Which is respectable, I think, because I don't know how you can make it any better. Does this end in 1820? Really? No way. This has gotta go longer than 1820, right? Oh, it goes to 1820. Wow, this is an incredibly short game. On speed 5. Given. Huh. August. September. Yeah. EU Rome is something I'd like to play eventually. I need to get in the right mood for it. That's a much longer feeling game. But definitely, definitely had some hopes for this. Yeah, here's that weird blobbing thing again. And you suffer a minor defeat. Okay. End of game. One more year. So does one more year actually give me one more year, or does it just keep going? Cool that they have one more year. I'll say that for this game. That's something that the later games could have needed. And I know EU4 has it, but like Victoria could use that, and Hearts of Iron could really use that. Yeah, like there's cool little breakaway states that you can make. None of them have any personality because they're all exactly the same as each other, but this is a cool thing about EU4, the EU series, and about the Hearts of Iron series, that this is just too small of a time period for the way that they want to run this. Bad. Now let's see if at the end of 1821 it asks me the same thing, or if it'll just keep going. If it just keeps going, then I'm probably gonna cut the recording here. I might go and look at a couple other things before I do that. And oh, okay. You can just push it back year by year by year. That's interesting. So this is interesting. Government, enlightened despotism, stuff like that. Why list the country's government if you can't change it? Why list a lot of these things like manpower and income if they can't change? Why not give people a totally different mechanic to work on? I guess the reason is because it's built on the Clausewitz engine, and it needed to be done in a short period of time with minimum resource expenses. So I kind of get it. Still pretty disappointing. What kind of options do we have? Nothing unusual. Like, this should go to the forum. Yeah. I don't know. This was worth looking at. This was very worth looking at. But it's kind of sad that it didn't quite pan out. I love the descriptions for everything. I like that it's on such a small scale that they could give descriptions for anything, for everything. But yeah. I don't know. It was worth a look. Yeah, I think I'll cut the recording here. Thanks for hanging out with me and taking a look at this. I'm probably going to be back in, I don't know, 5 minutes with something else. I have to figure out what I want to play. I expected this to take a little bit longer. If you are on YouTube, don't worry. This series is probably not going to turn into a thing. But yeah, see you next time.